So I'm just going to walk you through something today that isn't really a lawyer story so much, it's just a personal story. So one of my good friends, and I won't name his name, but we'll just call him Billy. Billy was from Nashville area, and he was somebody I roommated with for years. I went to the first Gulf War with, but he was somebody that ended up being in a situation where he liked to drink a lot, drink vodka because he didn't want police to be able to smell, and he also liked to be able to drive drunk. So this was years and years ago, but what Billy did was, we had a psychiatrist as a father, and his dad used to talk about this idea of kind of enhanced learning. So if somebody is on a type of drug and they purposely begin to try to learn in that place of being high or in that place of being in that kind of alternate, mindset, that you could learn things. And if you went to that mindset where you're like drunk on vodka or whatever it was, that you could learn how to do something in that particular state of mind. So my friend Billy, what he did was, and he was young, he was probably about 23 when he was doing this, he spent night after night after night learning how to do field sobriety tests while he was on alcohol. And so this was before he had joined the military, and what he had done was he would drink and then he would do the field sobriety tests, each one of them he had learned, and he would be able to do them almost to perfection. It was actually funny because this was his party trick when we were in the military. He would show you, after getting really, really drunk, he'd get up there and he'd do the heel to toe, one leg, touch the nose, all these different things, the HGN, all that. He would basically show that he was able to do the field sobriety test. So when you go back to how he had actually joined the military, it's kind of interesting. He was driving drunk down in Nashville, came to an off-ramp, and the police saw that he was weaving a little bit and pulled him over, had him get out of the vehicle, did all the field sobriety tests, and he performed very well because they couldn't smell the vodka on his breath, and he had really worked hard on not slurring and talking to them. All this sounds incredible, but I've watched him do it thousands of times. And basically he comes back and he goes and gets back in the car. They release him, and he drives, after he had taken that left, he was driving out to drive away, and he's on the overpass, and he thinks he sees the way to get back onto the, I think it was I-40, and he cuts over and he drives off the overpass in and drives his car headfirst into the ground down below, into another road that was down below it. And basically at that point, the cops saw it all. They come down, they arrest him, and when they do a BAC, he's got like 2.5 or 2.6 BAC. He was incredibly drunk. And so what happens is he goes down to Davidson County, which is the Nashville courts, and basically and this is a long time ago, what happens is the judge gives him an option to join the military or go to jail. And get this on your record. And this is something they did years ago. So he joins the military, ends up going to the Gulf War with me, great friend, great guy that ends up being a war hero at the end of all this. But it was always interesting to me because he had to go back after he got out of the military, give them his DD-214 to show them that he had an honorable discharge, and they dismissed the DUI. I don't know if he kept trying to do this later on down the line, but it was a bad idea. Thank you.